Now, Southern California is about as pretty as it gets. I had no idea when I woke up this morning that I would go for a drive and end up in Anaheim, in Orange County, California. You say, how did I not know where I would end up? Well, Ken and I decided that last minute...
Hi, guys.
Hi, this is Sandy, by the way.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. You're not there yet, but you will join us shortly because we're starting this with a Facebook Live, and then we will post it later. So even if you're not catching us live, you will catch us later, which is kind of cool. So we decided we would rent a car last minute just for 24 hours to make our way from one conference to another conference. And then I decided that we would stop in and visit a great connection. Yes. And then we got chatting as we were sitting out on Sandy's back porch, enjoying the view that is amazing. And the reason you're not getting to see it is because we decided the front was a little shadier and still kind of pretty and a little cooler and probably better view when we're doing a video. So you are getting us on Sandy's front porch, right? Kind of.
On the grass.
We're on the grass. Yeah.
We're in the shade. And
exactly.
It's nice.
And it's a pretty tree. Look at these crazy, awesome leaves.
It's a pretty tree.
It's like really, really pretty. I'm liking it.
It's kind of lacy. I love
it.
These
Is.
trees.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
And so we got chatting about connection. Why would we rent a car and drive without knowing that Sandy was going to be home to see her? Why would we do that?
Because you love me.
Right.
We're connected.
We're connected.
Girl. Yeah, we are.
And so we thought, as we were chatting about connection, just standing here before we turned on the video, we thought, what does that have to do with you? Well, all of us have the chance. Hi, Sharon. I love seeing you, and I love how we met and how we got connected through real estate, actually. And we got to work together, and we still are great friends, even though we don't live in the same city. So connection doesn't always mean we live close by.
No. Very often it doesn't.
And then we got chatting, hi there, Paul. We got chatting about how do you even recognize if there is going to be a connection when you meet a new person. Mm-hmm. And what did we decide?
Well, we were just drawn together. We just had a lot in common, and our hearts just beat to the same drum, and we were intrigued by one another. We liked the conversations that took place, and so we just kind of started to connect, and all of a sudden that gift of connection just started to blossom, and we became closer and more connected to one another. And I treasure this girl and this connection because she is a gift. The connection that we have is a gift. And I just want to say, don't miss those connections in life that can help you grow, that can really help you be more creative. We're better together.
We are better
together.
Yeah, and so we were thinking about how do you recognize when there's going to be a long-lasting connection? And so we'd love your comments. What do you say it takes to create a long-lasting connection? And how do you, I guess the first step we identified was awareness. Just being open, like first I guess, well even before awareness, being open. Open to new connections, because I know as I hit into my 50s and now I'm like sailing through my 50s, I kind of thought I'd be done somewhere around there with great new connections, because you're kind of old, you've got lots of people that you already know, and yet being open to new connections, regardless the age, regardless of where they're located, regardless of where you're actually both from, is maybe the first piece. So let's say number one is being open to the connection.
Open. Well, I'm an older dog than this one is, and I'm still making connections. So you're never too old.
You're never too old.
I love people, I love relationships, and I love the opportunity to make connections.
So first is let's be open to them.
Yeah.
And then number two, Sandy identified, was being aware. Like just...
Yeah, being aware if it's a special connection. Yeah. And if it's a special connection, if there's a spark, if there's something there, then develop it. you know, don't pass it up. That's special. And sometimes those gifts of connection, they don't come along all that often.
They really don't.
No.
And so be open, then be aware that there actually is something that just, and I can't even tell you how to identify it. So if you know how to identify it, comment. Tell us how you would identify it, because that is such an amazing gift.
Yes.
Right?
It is.
To be able to identify it. So if you know how to identify it more strategically than just saying it felt right.
Yeah, it felt, you know.
It felt right. It just felt like there was something there that isn't always there when you meet a new person.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And so quickly we identified that there was common connection in others that we knew, which I think quickly deepened it.
Very quickly.
Right?
Very quickly.
So that feeling was our first clue, and then we started digging a little bit deeper and realized there were commonalities in life experiences that we'd had and in people that we knew in common.
Yes.
And that allowed it to go deeper. So first is being open, second is being aware, and what would we say is number 3?
I like differences. I mean, Yetta makes me think about things differently.
And you make me think about things differently.
And so I think the special connection gifts are sometimes often with maybe people that you wouldn't think they would be, because they are different. They are different than you are. They think differently than you do.
Right.
And so I don't be afraid of differences.
Actually gravitate to the differences.
Yes.
Hi, Joanne. It is awesome to see you there. I know when we met, we're pretty different people too, and yet there was an interesting kind of cool connection. So thank you for that. And so first we're saying being open to a connection, then being aware that there's something that just feels a little bit, I'm going to use the word magical.
Yeah. Oh, I like
right? Do you like magical?
Oh, I like magical.
Right. Yeah. And then the third one we said is now be aware of, open to, and excited about. Maybe that's the right word. Differences. Be excited about the differences. And I guess we slid in a little step before the differences, so we're going to give you that. So we're going to say open, aware. Number 3 was then look for more connection.
Yes.
Right? Look for those commonalities, look for those things that would actually draw you together and allow you to be able to continue the connection. And then number 4 is look for differences. And then embrace those differences.
Get the most out of them.
Get the most out of them.
Squeeze everything out of them that you can.
Yeah. And so I'm trying to read your message, Paul, and I can't, which makes me crazy. I want to so read it, and I need glasses if I'm going to read small print.
I can't read it either.
No,
Sorry.
So we both can't, and yet we can see you there, so thank you. And I know I'm going to read the comment, and I'll comment later, because I know you're sharing about connections. And that is really, we just want more insight as we share together and as we go deeper in how do we continue to then develop those connections. So then number 5, I'm going to say, is actually choosing to do the work.
Choosing to cultivate.
Yeah,
and let it grow and bloom and blossom and
exactly. Regardless of the difference, whether it means Zoom calls, whether it means phone calls, whether it means texting and emailing. The reason I had no idea that I would end up in Southern California visiting you today is because we hadn't made a plan. And yet we were within an hour of here, and so we decided to rent a car, get in the car, and drive, regardless of whether you were going to see us.
Yes.
And
what a surprise when that doorbell rang, and I opened the door, and here was my friend. I mean, it was like, oh my gosh, that was another surprise gift.
And so be willing to do the cultivation of the friendship and even risk and do a little bit crazy. I think it makes it go deeper.
More fun.
More fun. And so we're going to recap the steps and let's see how I do. Number 1 is being open. Simply being open to a connection and allowing it then to take you somewhere. So be aware that there is one.
Yes.
That there actually is one there. And then after you're aware there is one, Next step we said was number 3 is look for more connection. Go deeper in the connections.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like find out, figure it out. And then number 4 was to embrace the differences, to actually go for being good with the differences.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yeah, letting people be different.
Yeah.
It's okay that they're different.
It's actually great because then you have
Yeah,
something to contribute
exactly.
to each other.
Right.
And then we said go ahead and cultivate. Cultivate, 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 and enjoy the journey. And then take some risks along the way. So if you have more comments, please comment and tell us what your ideas are, and then cultivate. And
Yes.
enjoy new connections. And no, we did say you're never too old. So you are never too old or too young. Because I know my granddaughter has this amazing connection with a little girl she met when she was 18 months old. And they're now 9 and 10, and it has just grown deeper and deeper. So connections can't start too young or too old or in too strange a place.
Exactly.
So any insight you have on connection, we are looking to hear.
Yeah,
and thank you,
tell
Matt.
us.
We love seeing you there. Hi, Matt Gill. Can't wait to see you tomorrow morning. And any parting words about connection?
Oh, just that. Let's just go back to that word magic. Connections can be magic if we let them be. And I just today was magic for me.
And I'm so excited that I just...
So talk to us. Tell us about your magical connections and how you've cultivated them and what they've meant to you in your life and how they've helped you grow.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So looking forward to hearing your stories, and then we'll sure to connect and engage and just move them forward. Have a great day
Bye
connecting.
from Southern Cal.
Yeah.